Hello students, how are you today? Great, let's continue studying professional English for electronics technicians. The theme of the lesson is electronic device layers. Look at the pictures and try to understand what layers mean. Right, layers mean different parts that we can see in electronic devices. And today we have the aim to study the names of the basic layers that might be in any device and explain one way they can be held together or taken out in English. Now we're gonna remember the names of the objects which are in the pictures. Nuts and screws. Should we exchange the names of the objects below? Right you are. So the first picture shows us screws. The second picture shows us nuts. Let's shift to the new vocabulary. First, I want you to read the words with me and look through their Russian equivalents. Layer – ярус. Мы также можем переводить как элемент или запчасть. Metal shield – металлический экран. Circuit board – печатная плата. Battery compartment – аккумуляторный отсек. To be stacked – быть размещенным последовательно. To lose track – сбиться, перепутать местами. Precisely – аккуратно, точь-в-точь. Counterclockwise – против часовой стрелки. Next, we're gonna practice the pronunciation of the words. Repeat after me, please. Layer. Metal shield. Circuit board. Battery compartment. To be stacked. To lose track. Precisely. Counterclockwise. Okay, students, how about practicing the words? Look at the pictures on the words below. Let's read them. Battery compartment, circuit board, metal shield. So match the words with the pictures. Let's do the first as an example. Battery compartment is the second picture. Next, circuit board. Which picture? Circuit board is the third picture. Metal shield is the first picture. And I have another word, layers. How do you think which images can be matched with the word layers? Right you are, because all the objects which are shown in the pictures are the parts of an electronic device, and they can be called layers. In the next exercise, you should place the words and phrases from the word bank under the correct heading. We have two columns. The first column is called device layers. The second column is called words related to screws. For example, circuit board is a device layer. Fixed is a word which relates to screws. Find other words. Write them in the table in your copybooks. Today we're gonna take two phrasal verbs that we'll need in our new theme. They are to take off and to take out. Please pay your attention to the prepositions off and out. Do you remember what they mean? Great. off is used when something is getting apart, and out is used when something is taken outside. So in Russian their meanings will be to take off, снимать, отделять, to take out, вынимать. Now it's time to think in order to make up word combinations with the given words below. They are: the layers are stacked on top of one another to lose track of, to take off, to take out, to unscrew, precisely, screws, counterclockwise. You have 30 seconds in order to cope with the task. Start, please. The time's over. Let's check what word combinations you've got. The first one is to lose track of the players. Do you have the same word combination? Great. The second is the layers are stacked on top of one another. The third, to take off the layers precisely. The fourth, to take out screws. The fifth, to unscrew screws counterclockwise. Maybe you have another word combinations? That's great. You should write your word combinations in your copybooks. The next exercise. Read the sentence and choose the correct word. For example, the next layer or metal shield we need to choose is the circuit board. So the correct answer will be the next layer is a circuit board. Please do the other 4 sentences in your notebooks and then send it to me. Now we're gonna work with the text in order to get more information about electronic device layers. Look through the text and find all the words we practiced earlier. For example, the first one is layers. You have 30 seconds in order to find all the others. Great! You can see all of them on the screen. They are stacked, metal shield, circuit board, battery compartment, take off, precisely, loose track, screws, taken out, nuts, counterclockwise. Now please read the circle words very attentively in each part of the text and match the titles with each part of the text. So the titles are How to take the layers off, Layers in electronic devices, How to take out screws. Let's do the first one. Right you are. The first title is for the second part of the text. Find the 2 other titles according to the keywords. Okay, the next exercise is more complex, so you need to do it in a written form in your copybooks. You need to read the text and choose the correct answers on the right. Let's read together the questions and the variants of the answers. What's the purpose of the passage? A. To persuade readers to buy devices with layers. B. To inform readers how to use nuts and screws. C. To explain layers in electronics devices. D. To compare different layers in devices. The second question. What screws should technicians remove? A. Screws twisted into nuts. B. Screws twisted into fixed objects. C. All screws in the device. D. Screws not marked with arrows. The third question. What is not mentioned in the passage? A. One layer of a device is usually a metal shield. B. Technicians should list a layer's parts on scrap paper. C. Arrows next to screws are not an industry standard. D. Unscrew screws by twisting them clockwise. Please read the text carefully in order to find the answers. Go on working with the text, listen and read the text, and answer the questions which will appear during the audio.
Electronic device layers. Electronic devices today are incredibly complex. Normally they are designed with multiple layers. These layers are stacked on top of one another. For example, the first layer is the screen. Next comes a metal shield. Under that layer, there may be a circuit board. Another layer of some sort is usually underneath the circuit board. Finally, the last layer may contain the battery compartment.
The first question. What are some layers you can see in electronic devices? Right. There is a screen, a metal shield, a circuit board, battery compartment, and other layers.
With so many layers, it is difficult to repair devices. Technicians must take the layers off very precisely. They should also draw the device schematic on a piece of drawing paper. Otherwise, they might lose track of where all the parts go.
The second question. What should technicians do not to lose track the layers go? Right you are. They need to draw the device schematic on a piece of paper.
In almost all devices, screws keep the layers together. To fix a device, some screws must be taken out. Technicians can remove any screw twisted into a fixed part of the device.
What should technicians do first to fix a device? Another question. What screws should technicians take out? They should take the screws out and they should remove any screws twisted into a fixed part of the device.
Technicians can remove any screw twisted into a fixed part of the device. They should not remove screws in nuts, though. It is too easy to lose nuts somewhere inside the device. Unfortunately, technicians won't always know which screws are which. Some devices have arrows indicating the screws that can be removed. However, this isn't an industry standard. Most of the time, technicians must just start unscrewing screws counterclockwise. If a screw wiggles, it's in a nut.
How must technicians unscrew screws? They must unscrew them counterclockwise. What do arrows near screws mean in layered electronics? Arrows indicate screws that can be taken out. It's time to practice our listening skills. Your task is to listen to the conversation and complete it. You have keywords in the workbank. Listen very carefully and complete the conversation. Write the answers in your copybooks.
Remember, class, that you must work very precisely when you take the layers apart.
Mr. Harrison, I have a question. I've taken the first layer off. Should I take this screw out next?
OK, Shirley, let me see. No, that's not how you want to do it.
Why not? I thought I needed to take it out to get to the next layer.
Well, if you take that screw out, you'll probably lose a nut.
Oh, how did you know that? All the screws look the same to me.
Do you see the arrow next to the screw?
Yes, I saw those on the first layer too.
This means that you should take the screw out.
Oh, I see.
If there is no arrow, you shouldn't take the screw out.
So the screws with no arrows are screwed into nuts?
Yes, that's correct.
I understand now. Thanks, Mr. Harrison.
You're welcome. Let me know if you have any other questions.
Now we are shifting to homework. The first task is learn the words and word combinations by heart. The second one, write what layers an electronic device might have, what holds them together, and how to take them out. And the last thing I want from you is your reflection. If you are bored, please choose the first picture. If you've understood everything and you like the lesson, please choose the second picture. If you've understood nothing, please choose the third picture. Thank you for your work. The lesson is over. Bye.